Hi, I'm Lindsay Kelly, and I'm a coordinator for school and teacher programs at the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County. In our last video, we heard from Brad Rumble, the principal at Esperanza Elementary. He shared some of the successes and wow moments he's had over the years with his students and families as he's expanded the outdoor classroom at his school. Now it's time to hear from another education professional we've had the pleasure of collaborating with.
My name is Adriana Yugovich. I'm a high school teacher in East LA. I teach for a pilot school, which is a small community school at LAUSD on the Esteban y Torres campus. It's called Humanitas Academy of Art and Technology, or HAT. My students use community science to document urban wildlife from their own local point of view. So students can use iNaturalist to think like photojournalists, to look deeper. I want them to create images that they're going to value beyond the classroom and beyond their social media. There's a lot of resistance with high schoolers that you really have to create that buy-in and build those relationships. And my goal was for students to start building a relationship with urban nature. For students to recognize their own relationship with their ecosystem, their urban ecosystem. It's important to know that you don't have to be in a science class to do this. And no, it's not just for scientists. It's not just for people in white coats who, have the degree and who are in the lab, but, this could be a career path for students. I want students to realize that they don't have to go far to observe nature. Having them realize that we live in a biodiversity hotspot, that we are one of the most biodiverse places in the world, right here in the city, along with all the cars and the smog. Community science empowers learners of all ages to explore their neighborhood and to participate in research. And one thing I really like about iNaturalist is that it promotes those intersections between art and science. The artistic process is a scientific process and vice versa. You're making observations, you're looking at evidence, you're making inferences. iNaturalist is a tool for inquiry. And my hope is that this will inform my students' own creative process as they become adult learners, as they graduate from high school. They'll have that agency to look beyond their world and understand that there are different ways of conducting research. It's cool to know that you're contributing to a database, that others are using this. So it's not just living in your own, social media world. It's not just living in your own Instagram. Another thing that's really valuable about iNaturalist is that it's a way of collecting without disturbing the ecosystem. So we all want to, take home a rock or a bone or a bug, but this way we can have it forever and other people can see it too and enjoy it and learn from it without disturbing the ecosystem. As high school teachers, we often function in a silo. We're kind of stuck in maybe our textbooks or our required curriculum. But I think it's really important to know that there are lots of ways to conduct research. We need to make connections to our communities. We need to make connections outside of the classroom. As a media arts teacher, I live for that. I really want kids to get outside of the classroom and use what they see in their worlds, not just in the news and what's going on in contemporary society, but what's going on in their ecosystem. As teachers, I think it's our responsibility to foster joy in learning. Curiosity is a joyful process. As children, we're natural explorers, we're natural artists, natural scientists. We're always looking for bugs, plants, flowers, collecting things. And I don't know what happens, but as we go into adolescence and adulthood, we lose that sense of play, that sense of exploration, curiosity. And iNaturalist shows that there's many different ways of thinking. Community science shows that there's multiple ways of being a scientist, being a researcher, being a scholar, being an explorer. I think curiosity is the key. That's the magic.
We invite you to connect with us at the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County. We have great educator resources to help you get started on this journey with your students.